that mentality to just charge at a gorilla. So I'm sticking with a couple guys with a couple screws loose. My next pick is
Driving to left at the wall. It's gone. Tie game.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Throwing Partners podcast. It's Kirby, Joe, and Nate here, coming to you tonight with a little gorilla talk. We are going to do our own version of 10 men versus a gorilla, but more specifically, 10 baseball players versus one gorilla. So we have been contemplating doing this for about a week and a half now, and I will say I think that in total we have quite the list. So who wants to go first and share their first pick to fight the gorilla?
I'll go first. And so my thought process here was kind of, it was either between like baseball players that are absolutely jacked or baseball players that are absolute psychopaths. And one psychopath that I know that, was an absolute psychopath was Carlos Gomez. So that's going to be my number one pick is Carlos Gomez as psychopath number one. He is man number one for MLB players versus gorillas. Gorilla.
I love it. I love it. Nathan, give me your first pick.
Okay, so I will do. I got a bunch on my list, new and old. I will do a new guy, active player, and my selection criteria was pretty similar to Joe's. Guys who were kind of bad boys, jacked, like they had a certain mentality about them. So this guy I picked, he is a monster. 6'8", 280. I believe he's from the Dominican, and he's a pitcher. Have you guys figured it out yet?
I have an idea.
Felix Bautista.
Oh, good one. Good one.
He's huge. This guy gets on the mound. Pause. He gets on the mound, and nobody wants to get up in the box against him. I mean, he's hard throwing righty, and he's got weird arm angle. Plus, you see that guy get jacked up, like you don't want to be anywhere near him. So that's my number one pick.
He's one of the few guys that actually looks huge on TV. Like Judge looks big on TV, and then you got Felix Bautista, and he's much bigger than Judge on TV. And not to mention with this high as the mound is right now, and how big he is, he's like over 8 foot tall on the mound. I'd be terrified to hop in a box against him, much less fight the guy. A great pick, Nathan. My first pick is going to be a throwback player from the early 2000s. Some of you may remember if you're a little bit older. Kyle Farnsworth. If you've ever watched the Kyle Farnsworth, Paul Wilson video from 2003, you need to go watch it. And you can fast forward to about a minute and a half where it actually shows like the behind the mound view where he absolutely like decleats Paul Wilson. And I chose Kyle Farnsworth sheerly because he's even more jacked now. He's a little nuts, and also, too, he can tackle. So he's going to put that gorilla on its back, or at least I hope so, or lose an arm. One of the three outcomes. So that's my first pick. Nathan, give me round two pick for you.
Okay. I think this is one that we discussed before. He's kind of a goofball. He's known for a fly ball going off the top of his head for a home run. And so I'm going to take Jose Canseco before he shot his finger off. Let's not forget that. Yeah, so all 10 fingers, Jose Canseco. He's huge.
Yeah, he's still big.
Yeah.
I mean, he's still juicing, I'm sure, or whatever he's doing. I mean, here, creatine to the max. I don't know. I don't know how his kidneys are still working personally. Joe, give me round two for you.
All right, so I went with someone with a little bit of screws loose for my first pick. I think I'm gonna have to go back to somebody with a little bit of screws loose. I'm gonna go Armani Garrett. And if y'all don't remember, like his time on the Reds, I forgot what team he was playing. I think it was the Cubs.
It was the Cubs. Javier Baez.
He just
Yep.
charges the dugout, throws his
Yep.
glove to the ground,
Yep.
and goes. It was one man on a mission against. It was like 26 guys on an MLB roster, just one pitcher. So I feel like he's got that. He's got that mentality to just charge at a gorilla. So I'm sticking with a couple guys with a couple screws loose. My next pick is Armani Garrett.
I love that one. So we're halfway home now. My second pick is going to be a known fighter who has said that he trains in the off season, not necessarily for baseball, but to fight. Who has slapped the hell out of Jock Peterson at a ball game, or before a ball game, and it's going to be Tommy Pham. Tommy Pham does not look big on TV, but he is 6'1", 225, which tells me that all of his weight's in his legs, and that Pham can fight. I am going with Tommy Pham. That is my second pick.
Okay.
I
I
love.
would agree with you. I think he's a better fighter than he is a baseball player. So
Oh,
that's probably saying a lot.
Dude, wait till he retires from baseball and he makes his UFC debut. He's gonna look like Chuck Liddell out there. He's an absolute psychopath. So I'm going with Tommy Pham.
Yeah, Andy's got a couple screws loose too, so
Yeah.
it fits my criteria.
All right, Nathan, round 3.
Mm-hmm. I gotta pick a good one. Let's see. You know what? I gotta do it for the one time. This guy, 2-sport athlete, fantastic baseball player, fantastic football player. He's known for running up a wall, making a catch, and breaking a bat over his helmet.
Good one.
And he's pretty old dude now, still jacked. Bo Jackson.
Love it. Fun fact, I don't know if y'all have heard this story or not about Bo Jackson, but Bo Jackson, when he was in high school, was a decathlete. And Bo Jackson told his high school coach that he did not want to run the mile at the end. And his coach told him that if he went out and won every single event, that he did not have to run the mile at the end. And what did Bo Jackson do? He actually went out and won every single event, so he didn't have to run the mile at the end. Arguably,
Oh, wow.
and maybe not arguably, greatest athlete of all time. I know a lot of people may look at Dion or Jim Thorpe or some of those people, but in my mind, it's Bo Jackson. All-star at both levels, and just he's an absolute freak. Great pick, Nathan. Great pick. Joe, round 3 for you?
Yeah, so my criteria was either super jacked or a couple screws loose. I've gone with a couple players that have had a couple screws loose. My next pick is going to be someone that is jacked, and he's jacked because he's a known juicer, but it's going to be Mark McGwire.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Good one.
Love it. All right, so Joe has McGwire, Carlos Gomez, and Armani Garrett. Nathan has Bautista, Canseco, and Bo Jackson. And my final pick is actually going to be from Joe's list. This guy is also jacked. He's also a little bit older. He's also tall. And he's 36, 37 years old now. He still throws a baseball over 100 miles an hour from the left side. And it's Aroldis Chapman. I'm gonna go with him for the sheer fact that I think he could throw a baseball at the gorilla's skull and possibly crack it. I know that their skull is like 2 to 3 times thicker than ours, but that's about their best hope. Is him just buzzing one, at the temple of the gorilla, and maybe it's just a knockout punch right there. So I'm gonna go Aroldis Chapman. So that's my third pick for right now.
Yeah, and we know he loves to throw a left hook.
Yeah, that's right.
Ask his wife.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was even talking about that.
Okay, so we have 9. We have 9 guys so far. All of them have screw loose. except maybe Bo Jackson. He's probably the only normal one in the whole group. But we do have some decisions to make. Do we go with somebody big? Do we go with somebody that can fight? Or do we go with somebody that's just a psychopath?
I, oh,
Go ahead.
I think I have someone that fits all three of the
I
that
can't
general
wait.
criterion. I think that's Adolis Garcia. He's got the roid rage. He's jacked, and he loves to fight. So I mean, I don't know if there's anybody else on any of y'all's radar that y'all think fits all three of those criteria, but I'm just gonna say Adolis Garcia, known psychopath, secret juicer. You know,
Nathan, what do you think? Are you good with? Are you good with that? Or are you thinking somebody else?
I actually don't hate that pick. I think I could live with Adolis Garcia as number 10.
I don't disagree. The only other one that I had in mind was maybe Puig, because I think Puig was a little bit more athletic back in the day, and if the dude's not afraid to lick bats, he's probably not afraid to swing either. So that would have been my only justification. But Garcia is much bigger, in my opinion, than Puig, or at least he looks bigger than Puig ever did. So I think Adolis Garcia is very fair, and his skull looks like it's twice as thick as your average human. It could be the juice, but he might have a good shot to survive. So that concludes our list. We've got Carlos Gomez, Armani Garrett, Mark McGuire, Felix Bautista, Jose Canseco, Bo Jackson, Kyle Farnsworth, Tommy Pham, Aroldis Chapman, and Adolis Garcia. I think that's a pretty fair list. I would love for somebody to simulate that and just see how it goes. I'm sure they probably don't last more than 3 minutes. But it would be really cool to see in a computer simulation. We don't obviously incite violence or anything, but the computer simulations on the 100 men versus a gorilla have been absolutely outstanding to watch. So it just, if you have something different in mind, guys, please drop us a comment and let us know what you think. We would love to see any more picks that you might have. Maybe you pick somebody from the early 1900s, like Ty Cobb, who was a known, go in, cleats up kind of guy. Maybe you go with somebody from the 80s and 90s, like a Lenny Dykstra, who, they didn't call him Nails for nothing. So let us know in the comments what you think, and we will catch you on the next one. Please like, share, and subscribe.